Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode lucky number 13 of RTE, recapping the Elite. We're coming at you a day late, but that's okay. A day late, that's making you wait for it because it was a good week for us last week for downloads. And to be honest, with my opinion, with the exception of one amazing promo to open the show, WWF style, like we've been saying the last few weeks, I thought we kind of had a lackluster week of AEW.
I agree. I didn't because we were obviously chat through the thing. You said you liked the show because of the promo, but I was like, yes, the promo. I watched the promo after I kind of started the show late, and me being late, as I saw still the first match. I'm like, oh whoa, but it is it was definitely a mediocre week. Besides a very if they do if Meltz right, it's Meltzer.
Yeah,
Dave,
Uncle Dave.
If Uncle Dave did 5-star promos, this might be a top tier promo for him.
Don't give him any ideas. That guy's a goof, man. Like he always now he gives like, the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Brothers, 7.8 stars. It's like, hey, it's 7 stars in a 5-match, and I don't know. I know he's given some matches like 7 or 8 stars. It's like it's a 5-star rating system. I use the same rating system for movies and statues and stuff. Oh no, I used it back then, but now things are so much different and bigger. There's more stars. It's like, so does that mean that, let's say, the Dark Order versus the Elite is no, I got one because I know when he rated perfect was the parking lot match with the Best Friends against Santana and Ortiz. Great fucking match. But so according to his flawed rating system, that's a better match than the 2 out of 3 falls Ricky the Dragon Steamboat Ric Flair match. See, I think what he's done, he's sucking up to AEW, so they give him the inside scoop, so to speak. Just like what that's why everybody praised ECW so much. Paul Heyman had all them fucking sheet riders. He was feeding them news. Come on. The Public Enemy versus the Gangsters, 5 stars. Give me a break. I mean, they were good bloody matches, but come on, they're 2-star matches. They're just bloodbaths. But no, this is a 5-star match. Yeah, because you got some. Paulie was giving you some dirt. I fully believe that.
Well, we also every week like, Tony, hire us. We can do the story. So if he ever called us, we were like, this is the best place ever in the world.
Oh, and I would love to work for it. AEW we give it some shit once in a while, rightfully so. But I mean, out of the companies, it's leaps and bounds the best one.
I am curious because what is it like? I know just because of Dan Riker is a old video game person who left the video game company or video game news coverage company Giant Bomb because he got a job for WWE, and he's kind of the producer for their podcast. Like, he works with the New Day for their podcast show. I don't know if he does any of the other podcasts because I'm not 100% sure how many other WWE podcasts are there. I know about Power Positivity from the New Day, and he left because he obviously I do a weekly podcast, and I know how to work all this shit, so he does all that stuff. But for me, it seems like he gets to stay at home, and he lives in like ground like you, like Oklahoma, like that Oklahoma, Nebraska area, the Midwest,
Tornado Alley.
And like, no, I lied. He did get a house in Connecticut, so maybe it's closer than I think. But just the idea of like, they like, yeah, and he's usually streaming, so he must have got a deal. It's like, can I keep streaming, but also I work under behind the veil, because obviously he's not like a face credit there. He's talked sometimes on the podcast, but yeah, just like, if you need anybody else to help with like unrestricted and all the other stuff,
I would love, especially now we got another variant that is goddamn COVID floating around. I'd love to just be able to go in my basement and go, ding, I'm at work. That would be great.
Another one of them, a Transformer variant.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's the only thing I find suspicious sometimes, and I'm not a conspiracy guy. although I do think COVID was made in a lab and got loose. It seems like all these new variants come when they want to boost the vaccination rate. Have you ever noticed that?
Oh yeah.
I'm vaxxed and I'm boosted. That's why we didn't have that one show that week because I was sick after the booster shot.
I don't. What is it? I don't think that's a conspiracy. At least say it's from a lab because I think they've confirmed. Well, yep, it's from a like it was, but it is. It's very odd, and I think that's more controversial than our Nia Jax feels.
Well, hey, I'm still pushing for that sexual assault, Arn Anderson. By the way, Pro Wrestling Tees, there goes my goddamn dog. Pro Wrestling Tees running a sale until you're watching this on Sunday, until tomorrow, Monday. Got 25% off AEW, and they now stock the Arn Anderson Glock shirts,
Really?
as well as AEW ugly Christmas sweaters. Oh, yeah, I bought the one that says Arn, and it's the gun for the R, and it says splattering brains.
Damn. I'm gonna. But yeah. I'm gonna take a peek at those pictures of those. Is Arns under the AEW shop or is it just under Pro Wrestling?
It was under the new releases because I had to get the one with the Silver and Reynolds kissing Cole, and then I got a Dark Order Christmas sweater, and then of course I got my son a whole pile. But this time it was like, they're on sale. I'm going to get myself a couple shirts this time. I mean, I'm rocking the El Generico right now from Pro Wrestling Tees. That was part of the box set, one of their exclusive shirts. I wish that El Generico guy would come back. Every time he's gone, that Sami Zayn guy pops up, and that guy's not half as talented. Sorry, I'm drinking my morning water. I guess to get into it right away, we always kind of praised in the beginning that the AEW shows open, with a match where WWE always opens 20 to 30 minute promo to set everything up. Well, AEW's been doing that the last few weeks. This week, that rotten loser, CM Punk, he had come down, he had a wave, and I love you. And he got interrupted by MJF. In my opinion, I'm not saying Punk didn't have some good zingers back. I think MJF owned him on that microphone.
I agree. And then I was going to ask you, how did that come up? Because I didn't know if so MJF or CM Punk came out because it's Chicago.
Hi, guys, he was fighting here, Marshall. Yeah, and he's all happy. And MJF, I mean, MJF even was saying, like, what happened to the pipe bomb? What happened to that guy? What happened? Now we get this guy waving and shaking hands. And then I like when he's like, I'm going to teach you something about hustle, loyalty, and respect. And I like that they've been, because even Daniel Bryant the week before, referenced WrestleMania. I kind of like how they do that. But in the same sense, I've always kind of disagreed with it, because what you're doing is you're plugging the other company, because there's going to be people, why are they talking about hustle, loyalty? That must be did Punk fight John Cena? I better get the WWE network to watch this. They are kind of giving them advertisements, but it's still funny.
I think how would I word it? I think they did well. I'm more surprised CM Punk, but also I have a feeling some of these are real, like, shoot little jabs. They understand what's going on. So obviously it's hard on the top of the head. Like, he could have said, instead of said, you look like a low budget Miz.
That was good. It was good comeback. That was a good one.
But I was more surprised he didn't say, I'm surprised you not go all around over here and say better than you, just awesome. You know what I mean? Like, you could have kept it into that, because like MGF did his homework. And also, hey, it's live television. I'm not gonna give them shit about, like, they started, MGF said, the invisible man, like the can't see me man.
Yeah.
They can't see me, man, and the King of Kings. You know what I mean?
I think that was a good one. I like when he's like, this is going to be over faster than your UFC career.
Yes.
I pop, because we've been saying, once again, the proof is in the pudding, fans. They're watching us. Because 2 weeks ago, we said MJ, when he didn't shake hands, MJF's got to dog him on the UFC. He did. You should be watching this, fans. What you're getting is a Legends of Tomorrow Wave Rider shit, because what we say seems to happen on TV the following week.
If any of our viewers is the person who works at AEW and just maybe helps coach the ideas, or at least show them a video, please give us a comment or something, or you know, at Mike Fowler 93 or even at Hardcore Grave, just say, you know, hey, give us a thumbs up.
We were supposed to have a sign in the crowd once, but
It made a little bit.
I saw the man with the mask.
I saw his.
Saw him a bunch of times. Good view. I didn't see the sign.
That motherfucker said he was on no. It's like I'm on the non-camera side. I saw his black ass the whole goddamn show, both episodes.
That's our good buddy Delvin Cox. He also has his own show. I highly recommend you watch it. Follow him on Twitter. I believe it's just Delvin Cox. Real good guy. He
at Delvin_Cox.
Delvin. He introduced the two of us together. That was a pretty good thing. And now we're gold for AEW. But I thought the promo, you know, and it didn't feel like a 20-something minute promo. It went quick, and I really did like, you know, when Punk like, yeah, I'll kick your ass right now or whatever. And MJF, he takes off the scarf, he takes off the jacket, and he just rolls out of the ring because they really saved that kid for the pay-per-view. He very, very, very rarely wrestles on television, I've noticed.
Yes. And then I ain't gonna lie, he is the only one that I like how they're doing it. Like I don't think they don't have anybody else in this company that can be just working the mic. And I love that he knows, like, you're gonna go against the mic against MJF, and he knows you're gonna go, you know, one-on-one against the stick, and then he doesn't get to wrestle as much. So his is a very pristine looking undefeated, but also like when this might be his first loss because I don't think he's lost yet. He lost to Cody probably once.
MJF's, he's jobbed to Cody, and I think he jobbed to Guevara once.
I can't, because like
when he did do a job to Jericho when they figured out they didn't count the labors right. But in Punk, I mean, everybody's like, well, Punk's undefeated. With the exception of Darby, well, he's fighting. I mean, like every
QT
Wednesday.
Marshall.
Every Wednesday, I wear a bowling shirt because I literally have like 5 bowling shirts. I have blue, red, white, a couple reds, I think. I like the bowling shirts. I feel it is a classy Sopranos style look. And every Wednesday when I go to work, I put on a bowling shirt because you know what that means, Dynamite. I like QT, but he's an example of piss poor booking. They have him turn on Cody, and the hairy motherfucker and the boxing guy that ain't around no more, they give him the chair and he sits like he's on a throne. And then Cody beats his ass 2 weeks in a row, and now he's some job comedy guy.
Yeah.
But then again, look at MJF beats Darby. Done with that. But I do like this MJF and Punk, and I hope it builds for all. The next pay-per-view isn't until March, I believe, because they couldn't do the February date, Revolution. I don't think it's till March. You could do a lot of really good buildup because you know they're not going to give that match away for free. They shouldn't give it away for free.
I wonder if it's going to be the Winter is Coming.
Yeah, and there's I'm sorry, and there's New Year's Eve Dynamite, and
the only way I could think that if they're going to pull this off and they're going to stretch it out, there's an advertisement, which I don't think they would. I think they've been just showing MGF they're going to Long Island, since that's where he's from. I mean, that could be at that match, but I think it's going to be Winter's Coming because like if they're talking about like they're at Winter's Coming, we had a title change before, Sting appeared. I think they're treating it like it could be, you know, that could be a spot where MGF, because it'll be in Texas, and I think they're trying to get Texas on their side more than they are.
Punk come at Winter's Coming. He cuts the promo. MJF, Wardlow, Spears lay him out, leave him bloody, put him in the hospital, and you don't see him for 6 weeks. Perfect time to come back, you know, do some little videos of him doing his little fucking jogging and eating tofu and petting his dog, training, and then he's ready for the pay-per-view. Big props. I love my dogs too, so I like that he wears a zip-up that says Larry and has a picture of his dog on the back. That's the only thing I like about that idiot. He's past his prime. He's washed up. He's always going to be seen in my eyes as the guy that got his ass whipped in UFC. And I'm sorry, when you have a guaranteed contract, and there ain't no more paying on the house shit for these guys. If CM Punk, we're going to give you $700,000 a year. I'm sure it was much more than that. You're going to be the third match at WrestleMania. Well, I need to be the main event. No. You're gonna be the third match. Well, the hell with you. I quit. Your pay wasn't gonna change the result of the match. I would rather be on first. I'd fucking go home when I'm done. I'd beat the
Yeah.
traffic.
Yeah. No, you're talking. Well, also we're talking to people. I I'll shill for anything for some money like that.
Yeah.
Whatever. Cause like it's just part of the game, and also, keeps your body safe. Don't be shy, you know what I mean? People love you, especially if you're in that position, people love you. Granted, maybe you have to look a little hungry to maybe also make Vince go like, I like your spunk and like all that shit. So I get it somewhat too, but like uh CM Punk, he needs to step it up, because I just don't like, he just comes out and he's like, hi guys, I'm here. And he doesn't put no real octane in it, nothing.
Been 7 years and I'm back. And
There was a
boring.
video going around of a TikToker who, he's a kid. I think he's on the spectrum of like, mental health. And he got to go backstage on AEW, and then he met CM Punk, and he's like, oh my God. And then CM Punk still did that whole, it's like, who's your favorite wrestler? He goes, CM Punk. He's like, no, it's not. Oh, what'd you say with Cody? And Cody's like this. He said CM Punk. Like, he's like, like, Phil, people like you. Like, you don't have to be like this whole fucking no one remembers me. Like,
What?
people don't. People have been chanting your name at venues that you were
I bought you
retired.
ice cream last time I was here, everybody.
Yeah.
When he was not wrestling and people would come up to him, think I'm lying, just start Googling it because people record it. They'd be like, hey, CM Punk, CM Punk. He was a
Yeah.
prick to his fans. And you know what? And everybody can go, well, he was playing the heel. Motherfucker quit. He was
Yeah.
done. He's a douche.
Yeah.
It's that simple. He's overrated. Like MJF hit the net. Well, here's the pipe bomb. That the guy's known. I'm not saying he's a bad wrestler. He's
Right.
okay. He's known for one promo,
Yep.
and I'll give you a tip. That was all scripted. That was not a shoot promo, because the minute he would have came out and went like, well, here's Vince and his doofus son-in-law, we'd have went to a fucking Domino's pizza commercial. They weren't going to air that, and then cutting the mic out at the end where he could go, that's all planned. It's did he make it up as he went along? Probably, but I'm sure he had to clear some of it. That was not because he laid out John Cena, and John Cena's going to be like this, laying there for 12 minutes. It was all
Yeah.
planned, folks. That was not not a shoot. It was a planned interview.
Well, probably John Cena knew he was going to lay down, so I get that part. But
That should prove to you though that it's not a shoot.
no, I know.
I mean, if that guy was talking for real, Cena, he would have ran in and shut him up. I believe me, John Cena could beat the shit out of CM Punk. I'm 100% confident of that.
Oh yeah.
MJF, I think, could beat the shit out of him too.
And then also for all the AEW people in the background that watches us, I let my feelings of CM Punk go away if you guys hire. And then also I'm saying it because I want to be him to be the best person for the company.
Oh, I would kiss his ass and call it ice cream if I got hired.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm telling you my things about him, and I'll say it in front of him because I want to make him the best talent for the company.
Yeah, I'd fight him in the octagon. I would.
50-50 chance.
I mean, I think I could win. I mean, that's not a joke. I really think I could. But, with the promo, I had to pull it up here. The promo led right into MJF leaves, and here comes QT Marshall. And, I mean, it was a job match. QT gets a little bit of heat. Punk, it was like all these things. And this was a short match because it was the promo took it up a couple minutes. Punk wins, goes, and he's got to start hugging everybody, kissing babies, and it's just fucking trash.
Take a picture, granted, because the person had a Larry sign. the thumbs up. I get that. I mean, it'd be different if how do I word it? I'd rather see because AEW does that shit of like there are people. Granted, MJF's probably one of them. MJF has been keeping the kayfabe alive. Like he middle fingers kids at photo shoots. He acts like a dickhead and all that stuff. And people giggle. I get it. And then, but there's other parts of this company that is, they understand. They do like the shake hands. They both put their hands up after the match. Whatever. Cool. Like again, it was an okay job match. QT Marshall is also not the best. He's just all right. He's whatever. But I just wish CM Punk put a character on in the ring. Be a little bit more intense. Don't be going just catching the breath. I get it. But then if you want to be like that and then just go like this and then go hug the fans because you know how it is, perfect. But like you can't just be like this, like you're basically being Phil. And I know that I'm being mean about that because obviously people keep saying CM Punk, and that was he used it against Triple H when he's like, this is Phil talking to whatever fuck. I don't even know Triple H's real name. I can't even remember. Paul. He's like, but the idea of
Paul McMahon.
Yeah, now. But just the idea of like you can't, it just gets boring because I really don't give a fuck about CM Punk at the moment. Because again, I'm one of the fans that was did not because he was part of the ruthless aggression era, right?
Yeah, I mean, you figure if you didn't watch something years ago, he was trash. Speaking of trash, next match, fucking Bear Country. Ain't seen them since I watched Elevation last. They're fighting the Gun Club, but they're fighting not the Gun Club. They're fighting Papa Gun and Kid Gun. I don't even remember which one it was.
Not even the good looking get the one that actually like I think it's Austin. Austin's the one that was sitting out, and he's actually like the other one looks like he's taller and like has like that long, lengthy like hi, I look like my dad a little bit. I'm like, yeah, like at least Austin has like the face. He could be like an actual wrestler.
His dad needs to get him on the GNC supplements because Billy's 57. He's jacked. Okay, creepy jacked. The other guns, they're not that big, but the one, I mean, I'm like, why the hell am I watching, of all people, the Bear Country and of all people, the Gun Club? But
this is on primetime TV. They got Bear Country at the Gun Club.
But Sting comes out. Darby fucking checks Gun Kid.
Austin.
A wicked tackle. I mean, he fucking linebacker knocked him. And because clearly we're setting up probably winter is coming for. Why don't they
Wednesday?
It is this Wednesday. It's right. Why don't they just get somebody else and do a 6-man match?
Oh, I wonder if Austin's hurt.
I mean, because it doesn't make sense. Because in all honesty, it should be the kids and Papa Gun be the manager.
Yeah, I agree. They could definitely have Darby and Sting could definitely, just like the Elite does, Darby and Sting could definitely help spotlight an elevation guy since Gun Club's elevation.
Oh yeah, because Darby can bump like no one's business.
I don't even know who offhand I would pick. Oh, pick up. They could have like the Gun Club could have trouble with there's that gentleman who pretends to be like he has like that fighter pilot black guy. He's on elevation. He's part of he's under Cody's like nightmare family. I don't want to say he's not coach. I think it's captain.
I say Sting just calls his old buddy Arn Anderson.
get
a gun. Billy and be like
just that, shoot him.
And that would be that'd be the pop of the night.
But yeah, I don't know why does Billy wear like the little high school girls Gluck 3000 fucking black belt.
I don't know why he doesn't cut his 5 strands of hair. It looks like a Muppet on juice. And he's got a lot of questionable black marks on his pectoral. He's just creepy jacked up. Okay. And I say creepy because he's 57. And his kids probably in their mid to late 20s, they're not big guys. I just don't get why Billy is not the manager. Like you said, the one must be hurt or something. But if you're hurt, why are you fucking pushing him? Why don't you wait? For all we know, one of them could be having their wife could be having a baby. That can really fuck up Tony's plans.
Well, to be fair, on Elevation, Billy Gunn is wrestling. He's not. It's not like, oh, I'm doing it only on prime time. He's been wrestling with them, and like their job matches, but also it's like, Billy Gunn just being Billy Gunn, like, looking like just because he knows he's the biggest motherfucker in the ring.
The only thing I like when he fought Darby, when people were going Mr. Ass, and he did the suck it, that he acknowledged it. But what does everyone know Billy Gunn? Wait, you remember him from the Smoking Guns? You remember him with Chuck when they were the fake gate? You remember him from DX? He's a gimmick. I'm not saying he's an untalented wrestler. He probably beat the shit out of me, but I'm not. I don't. If I wanted to watch the old guys fight, I don't even want. We need the young guys. I don't need to see Billy Gunn fighting Sting. Sting is booked perfectly. He's with Darby. He sometimes gets in on the action. He's protected. I got no problem with how they do him. I don't want to see Billy wrestle every week. I want QT Marshall to get more screen time.
Yeah, I mean, I hope, because they're having a match this week, hopefully it's the last of this.
Probably. They seem to, things don't seem to last too long in the booking thing. And after that, that's when I went and took my shower, because it was Thunder Rosa versus Jamie Hayter. And
it was good.
I just don't care. Did it last longer than 3 minutes?
Yes, but also it made the breadcrumbs that Jamie's going to turn on Britt.
Jamie's cute. I'll give her that. So is the other one with Britt. Is it Rebel, whatever she calls herself? I think she's a little cutie too.
They're all beautiful.
Yeah.
Thunder Rosa.
No, she needs to put that mask back on.
Oh,
back
God.
in Mariposa. She was Marty the Moth's sister, I do believe, in Lucha Underground. Best looking part of her is that half of her face that's painted.
You're already losing your job before we
need Nia Jax. Get a real hot woman on TV. Get Nia Jax in there, flatten all them broads. Britt's the cutest one there. I'll go Britt is the prettiest. I'll go Ty Conti second. I'll go Hayter third. I'll go Rebel fourth. And then, judging by that base they have, I'll go Vicky Guerrero to come in fifth. Although I like the pretty girl that's with the Pillman, the varsity club, whatever they are. Pillman.
Julie.
Yeah, no, she's real pretty. I like her. No wrestling skill, but I like watching her cheer. She's cute. She's
an actual cheer champ, but yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. She's they should have put her on TV instead of that fucking Pillman Jr. That was what 3 promos and done. No one cared about him, but yeah, this was a TBS title tournament match, correct?
Yes, and then but Thunder Rosa prevailed, but they did it in a way, because I'm assuming how storytelling works. They did it so that Jamie Hayter lost dirty because of Britt Baker basically super kicked her on accident.
Oh yeah, I came in at that because the fucking ref has no peripheral vision.
Yep.
He's distracted for like 6 minutes and they're like this close to him. I did come in at that. Yeah. With the now see, but why the super kick? I mean, granted, that's some people's finisher, but when you watch an elite match, you see 76 of them from each guy.
I think it just be it's just enough so that it was able to. Didn't Thunder Rosa beat her like in like a little small pack, like got her all, small
like
package,
a little cradle up, yeah.
So it was, it's just a way to, I think, put the breadcrumbs. I'm more surprised they're gonna put. I know Jamie Hayter's been in AEW since the beginning, but also like there's that weird COVID, but like that weird time of not being there. So and then she this transformation of her body, which is congratulations to her. But I thought she looked good before too. But
The Dark Order girl, honest, she's really pretty too. Yeah, those guys are like -1. He knows those hugs now.
That boy gets it.
I miss -1. I would have him booked so he could still attend school. I'd book him on the big shows, and I would book him against Marco Stunt.
Marco would be a good match just to get him a little test of. But where is Marco? What's going on?
I don't know. He still pops up in GCW. He teams up
fucking
once in a while, but Christian Cage then stole his spot.
I'd rather hear Marco talk like Christian Cage, because Christian Cage is like been doing some weird promos like "You're coming," and I'd rather hear Marco do all like that. At least Marco would be a fun. Put a tinfoil hat on him, because he'd be like very like he's like a conspiracy, like where like people are coming to take their number one contender spot. Careful, you're coming for like that shit. That'd be really fun. But we're just
inevitably Christian is going to turn heel on these guys, or Jungle Boy's going to. Well, no, Jungle Boy might not turn heel because he's shaved. If you notice, Babyface clean shaven, unless you're CM Punk. A lot of the heels, MJF, have a beard. See, I've always noticed that the baby faces are usually clean shaven, except for Hulk Hogan.
Like Kenny Omega made that motorcycle bar mustache for his heel.
If I had hair, I would try that, but that look doesn't really fit a bald head. What I got to do before the next show is color all this gray out of my beard. When you have kids, your beard starts to turn gray at a rapid rate.
I got a one patch that's just white.
I got the CM Punk thing going, but that match, no one cared. But we went on to once again, fucking what's the narc against Colt Boom Boom Cabana, because he's gonna kick all the Dark Order heads in it. Well, he knocked out his fucking tooth some point in that match, but the match wasn't bad. Then once again, here comes Hangman Adam Page at the end. I'll kick your ass right now and all this. And Page is getting a little better, I think, on the mic, a little more swagger, a little more comfortable. And then Daniel does the well, not today and all that, because I think now next week he's going to fight Preston Vance 10.
No, he's fighting that Angel number 5.
Oh, he's fighting 5. Okay, he got to work his way up to 10.
His hometown. No, Angel's from Atlanta.
That's right.
Yes, I saw his tweet. He goes, a couple years ago, I saw him win the championship at a pay-per-view, and I thought, if he can do it, I can do it. And now I get to wrestle him. In other words, I watched him, and he came over to here, and I get the job for him. Isn't that amazing? Small world.
It wasn't a bad match. I mean, Bryan Danielson, he makes a good heel because he looks like an eco-friendly vegan douchebag. But
I do want to say though, because Colt, the match was okay. I think also
Colt's a good wrestler.
I wonder if I bet money if this 5 Angel one, hopefully it's a little bit faster. So I think it'd be a little bit better of a match. Colt's good. I love Colt.
I like Colt.
Yeah, just with his size, and hopefully Daniel Bryan doesn't make it just be a squash match, which would be sad for a small guy like that. But they're both the same size, so I'm hoping it'll be like a little bit more faster, a little bit more. But I don't know.
Then we got the dumbest thing ever. We've got Dante Martin, who's amazing athlete. I don't want a microphone ever pointing at him because he looks like a deer in the headlights. And all at once, like Leo Rush, I'm gonna be a new manager. We're gonna be a team. Okay. And then now Team Taz wants him, and he signs the contract to join Team Taz and just leaves Leo Rush like, okay, you guys just had one of the best tag matches. Fucking, you work good together, and now he's gonna join Team Taz. I mean, did he piss somebody off? They need an excuse now to job him out, because Team Taz that's team job right there.
Or they're going to make a storyline that he's the only one who wins for Team Taz.
Maybe he wrote like "fuck you" on the contract.
And then, because like I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with some of these mid-card stories. Like, I get that he's doing it, and then it goes into that weird lingering thing, like with Brian Cage shit going on, and like just trying to figure out what is going on in this establishment in the mid card range where you've hired people and then they haven't seen cameras in
I think
months.
I think it was Cage's wife. I think when she started doing those tweets, because it's Matt Hardy, he keeps his wife's mouth shut now after all the heat she got him in Impact. But Cage's wife was, and I don't know, I'm just speculating, tweeted like, "Oh, they don't use him right. Oh, he's underutilized. Oh, blah blah blah."
She just
But guy
she fixed
disappeared
her
shortly
thoughts.
after that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Ricky Starks is like the mouthpiece. He sucks. Okay, he's terrible on the microphone, but he's the best talker of that group. Powerhouse Hobbs don't say shit. Hook is always eating shit. Hook's the most over guy eating the chips, but Taz is good. Taz is a good talker. I think he's a very good talker, but it makes no sense. Like, at least like back in my day when Bobby Heenan and he wanted you to come to the Heenan family, he had main event guys, Jimmy Hart, main event guys, all these men, Mr. Fuji, main event guys. He has a made up fucking belt and his guy's job every week. Hobbs took a go to sleep from CM Punk, but like I said, it wasn't in the afternoon when it was sunny, so that t-shirt bet didn't count if you go back and watch old shows.
I don't know what they're doing, but guess what? I guess it's kind of working. It's making me interested to go like, hey, what's going on with poor Dante? Because I don't want him to go in a bad route. I don't want him to go hang out on the bad side of town with Team Taz, unless, which again, I might be a little reverse on you. I think Ricky's been getting better on the mic, not because of what he's doing off on a fucking camera. Wow. But on this week's Rampage, he was doing a lot more zingers to help with the comments against Daffy Duck. So I'm saying I'm giving him some credit where credit can be done, since
Daffy Duck Mark Henry.
Yes,
he needs to be up there
because like fucking Daffy Duck keeps squawking. He was even trying to catch on. He was trying to fix sentences mid. Then he's in the middle. I'm like, God dang, shut up, Chris. Like, you don't have to be out there to help defend. Who did he help?
Eddie Kingston.
Eddie. Which that's an interesting thing. What's going on there? I wonder, like, hey, what's going on with that? But I digress. I wonder if it's with just the 2.0 stuff. They're just trying to make 2.0 have a new person after Eddie. That's why they're gonna have 2.0 versus Chris Jericho. Probably will need proud LAX to help him. Who knows? But it's just a interesting thing of like that. But I'm interested to see this Dante thing. I want to know if they're making an actual storyline with him. I think it'd be funny if he's the only winner and keep a little going a little bit. Let him win for some matches for Team Taz. Have Stocks, Haas, Hook, Taz on the end of the ring, and they start tearing up. We gotta win, and they like hug each other, and they get like they just love Dante, and like and then it gets into the idea of Dante might become the FTW champ and actually use it.
The homemade belt.
Yes, get the homemade belt, and then if any, you know what I mean, and then just take a little things like that, because if anything, Dante Martin is definitely really, really nimble in the ring. But another nimble person who could be used against him
Hook
would be kind of cool. Be as Brian Cage.
Hook.
I know he can, and Hook.
I'm sorry, this kid's getting a paycheck. Granted, it can't be too much, but give me a break. Do something with him.
Is he getting a paycheck?
He's got to be.
I wonder.
I'm a mark for myself, but I wouldn't go out there for free.
I wonder if he's doing it for his right. That's his real son, right? That's his real. Yeah. So I wonder if he's like, boy, get in there.
I mean, maybe he's training to be a wrestler, but he's been walking around in the days for 3 years now. He should be done with school.
No, I agree. I don't know.
When you said the belt was the star, in my opinion, of this week's show. And I'm talking in the main event, Cody Rhodes' weight belt. Yeah. The main event was FTR again and Malachi and Andrade. Once again, I'm in a mask. Me. And
It's me.
and I don't get it. And they took on Pac, the Lucha Brother, basically the Death Triangle, and Cody. And Cody does like always. He takes the weightlifting belt and he throws it in the crowd. And just like at the ECW One Night Stand 2, and Cena threw out his shirt, within a matter of minutes, they throw that fucking belt back. I mean, and Cody looked legitimately like mad, like motherfuckers. It got so distracting. Andrade actually took it and threw it under the ring because that's all anybody could focus on. All at once, that belt comes flying back in the ring. We're popping at home watching it. My son's cracking up. I'm cracking up. And even Jim Ross like, what's going on with the belt and all that? It was the highlight of that match.
The best part, yes, it is the best part, because I'm about to say I loved even seeing the crowd when they got the belt to reach the ring, and they're like that whole, it's not just two, like the whole little spot's going, we did, but like yeah, like that shit. And it was because at first I'm like, hey, I don't hear that much booing when Cody's coming down.
Oh, he got
It was
booed
like,
more than any of them.
well, I know, but I'm
But
saying
not
the idea
Arn.
that I'm like,
Arn got
okay,
cheered.
yeah, Arn's, yeah. Arn should, if anything, Arn should have had a gun at Chicago just to be like, we know where we're at. And they're just like, hell yeah.
When Arn and Tully teased like they were going to fight, that crowd came unglued. People want to see Arn
man fight,
spilling
yeah.
brains. But I think too, though, but you think about it, like, I bitch about Andrade's stupid entrance because with a mask. But FTR, they come down to the old Midnight Express music. Here comes Malachi. He's got the Undertaker like entrance. The Lucha Brothers come down. Pac comes down. Cody he's wearing the Evil Knievel red, white, and blue coat, and he comes from very elaborate entrance. It's overplayed, but what Tony Khan covers it. Well, he's iconic. It's like when the fans would boo Cena or boo The Rock. It's like no, he has worn out his welcome. Like you said, he leaves and comes back, but even that, he has not evolved. I think his wrestling is better in these last 3 years, but I never thought he was a very good promo, but people just got sick of it. And when they put him with Malachi, here's the new fresh guy who's really talented. Hey, we like him better. And now they just boo Cody. And really, I don't think he is going to do a heel turn.
The one time, which if you want to be face, and like he was innovative for one moment when he did the back in black with his hair. No, and it was against Brody,
right? Yeah.
Did a dog collar match. Long story short, was that Brody's last match, right?
Yeah.
If I'm not saying like that, but like if Cody's trying to give some more distance, so that last time he did back in black, so they don't talk about Brody like that on his last, what I mean? Is he trying to say there's like a little stigma to like you try to be like change, and then next your opponent lost and then he passed away? I don't think it's like that, but like the idea of like that's the last time he did something innovative to your character, because before that's what got him. If you want to be a face, but he probably wasn't even getting, like, because it was Cody, he was getting cheers because he's breaking a throne for I wonder who.
Yeah.
He is getting, he's getting cheers because he created a new promotion against I wonder who. He obviously he kept on saying this is like, because he was running on the coattails of this isn't a revolution, we're a real thing, blah blah blah. That carries you a little bit.
Yeah.
But then you get the back in black thing, which was fine because obviously it was during this weird time of him starting to leave, and then he comes back after Brody, for how little he was there, he did a great job. He also made Dark Order have a little bit more of a. He made the Dark Order look like have their shtick now, that people love them now.
No, I love
before. Yeah, and then even with like the being the elite, the BTE YouTube, and they're hitting
the fake show
with the paper. Yeah, he hits people with the fucking paper. if he, it worked. But then Cody comes back and does this one thing and then shit happens. But then also then again, I think it also involves you try because like the road's the top kind of nails on the head. Everything you've done after Brody sucks ass. You've been trying to do some weighted. The scales don't work. So that's not on you technically. It's just how shit happens. So, but you've been letting things that come out of that are out of your hands give you L's for multiple months. And now you're in the spot, you're getting booed. And now people don't give a fuck. Cause like also it is. He's been jobbing out. He does that, which is proper for a person who's in the
I say I
executive
do
order.
like that he's not like, and I'll say the Bucks and I'll say Kenny, they got to win fucking years in a row. Cody is the one that puts people over. And that's the one thing I do give him so much credit for.
Yes. And I like, but like, like you're in a dynasty family now. Even you are one generation from the dynasty starting. I get it. But the idea of like you are now starting of a dynasty family, like your dog is going to do something guaranteed. You know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know if Dustin has kids that are coming up.
I think he has a couple daughters. I don't know.
They might be coming up. Who knows? But just the idea of like you are in a dynasty, and if you can't figure out how to put somebody over as a heel, if that's what you're stopping you, maybe I don't know. I don't think so. But the idea of like people want to see you turn heel, and like I know that how would I word it? Oh, the executive person talking shit to their fans. I wonder who else has done that. I get it, but also it works. This whole the whole bad guy, good guy. We're supposed to like this guy. We're supposed to hate this guy. Is worked for years, 20 years, worked 30 years. It's worked for years. This whole face and heel. So obviously, you know what I mean. Things are. I don't want to say cemented, but the idea of like if you need some things to help you with your character, it's been already written out. Like you could become the asshole. You don't have to be the executive part of it, but you can be a heel. Just turn heel, Cody. I want to hear you get cheated a little bit because I know what you're doing. You're putting shit people over, and that helps.
If he doesn't want to turn heel, I've got how he can get all his shine back. You get that fucking mouthy wife of his, Brandy, come out, and she starts cutting a promo. Cody walks in front of her. He falls down and does the punch into her face. Beloved, because no one likes her. And that road's to the top. She came across like a real bitch. And, I don't know if she really is. I'm willing to bet she is. I think I see her as someone with no talent riding off the coattails of her husband, who in all honesty was riding off the coattails of his dad. But still, I think if Cody wants to shine back, turn on your wife, plus, like we said, it's played out. I don't want to say it's an elaborate entrance. You're in your big fucking that motorcycle, Evil Knievel trench coat, and you got Arn with you. And even in the beginning, fucking guy, he had DDP, and there's fucking Brandy, and there's MJF, and there's his goddamn dog. And then for like 2 years, he's coming out with 20 people. And what makes no sense is all these people would come, he'd get in the ring, and they'd all leave. So it's like you're buying people plane tickets to walk to the fucking ring and do nothing. But I think it got old. I mean, I think it was more so that the crowd that hasn't turned on him, because I think it just, compared to the other guys on the roster, you're really not near as talented. And we're at year 3 and you're doing the same bit. You haven't changed it up. You're not talented enough to, at least like Pac is a really good wrestler. He doesn't need to do anything. The Lucha Brothers, they don't really need, they can get away. Even Omega and the Bucks have changed, they went from good guys to bad guys. I mean, Cody, this shtick is just old. I mean, just embrace it. Look at Hulk Hogan. When he turned heel, fuck, that was a shot in the arm of wrestling in general.
Yeah. I just I don't know what's up with him in the sense of like you have to understand like I said, The Rose to the Top shows all the different L's that happen that are out of your hands, but also like if you know the secret is you just if you don't want to turn heel, then at least then put some fire in your step and not just come out and go and like do the come out of the crowd, this fucking stage, looking backwards like you do the whole like just I don't know, like you can change it up. I don't know about hitting your wife because if Brandy was she was in the women's division at the beginning and then now she's obviously got done.
Of course she was in the women's division and she's the least talented woman there.
No comment.
She is the least talented woman there.
Oh, I didn't about the idea, but the idea of like when they didn't have any this is before
they wasted all that money on other untalented women when they could have just been courting Nia Jax.
Yeah.
The match was okay. It was a clusterfuck match. The belt getting, the heels win. Everybody got to do their signature moves. I liked it. I'm a big mark for the Lucha Brothers and Pac. I like the Death Triad. Those are three of the most talented wrestlers in the fucking world. But I mean, the star of that was the belt getting thrown back in there. But that actually added to it. That was a real hot match to end the show. And then, we got to kick Rampage off hot with there was the promo where they once again borrowed from us, who's Wheeler Yutan? Wheeler Yutan, you suck, basically because Wheeler Yutan sucks. With Cole and Fish to prove they're better friends.
I also forgot on Rampage or Dynamite, we also did get the Friendsgiving with Britt Baker and Tony, and then that's where she found out that she had a match at Rampage with Rio.
And see, here's the stupid thing, and they called it the Black Friday match, but anytime in wrestling, and AEW is making this mistake, anytime it's a non-title match, the champ is going to do the job. It's been like that since before you and I were born. It's almost like giving away the result of the match. I don't and the Friendsgiving, I Adam Cole and Tony Schiavone need to have a match. Because he keeps fucking with his woman.
Did you see that picture that she shared of it looked like the classic Santa Claus seat with the girl on his lap?
Cole's looking through the window. That was great. They could make something of it.
It was good.
What opened Rampage? Rampage once again, boy, girl, boy. It's the same form. What was the opener? Was it? It was the tag match. Yeah. Where we all knew Wheeler Yutan was going to do the job. I pray to God at the New Year's Eve at Daly's place. That's the perfect spot for Sue to come driving in the minivan, bring Trent back, just have her run over Wheeler Yutan. And Chuck there must be something wrong with Chuck. This fucking guy ain't wrestled in months either.
I don't know, because I was like,
he stands there with his $4 haircut. And I fucking love him and Trent. I hate Wheeler Yutan. The Best Friends, probably my favorite tag team over there, but why did they stick Wheeler Yutan in? I hate that guy. I hate Wheeler Yutan.
I have no clue what's going on. They just now have a new pitch. They have they have too many best friends on that fucking pit. Five's too many. We need to stick to 3. Even Chris can go back to being the top woman of the division, but just the idea of and then you go.
Now they bring in their Japanese foreign friends because they're part of the Chaos group.
Yeah, the Iron Pitbull and shit. It was a fun high octane match, like how we say.
It was, it was a nice opener. And you all know Wheeler, it was either going to be Wheeler Yutan or Fish eating the pin. It was not going to be Cole and not going to be Orange. And I don't see the fascination with Bobby Fish, but he's 10 times better than Wheeler Yutan. I hate Wheeler Yutan. Fucking hate him. I really do hope Sue runs him over. That fucking van. Or Trent just beats the shit out of him, leaves him bloody, and when it goes, I'm back, like that. If somebody came and beat up Wheeler Yutan, they're not going to get booed. No one likes this guy. He must have incriminating photographs of somebody to have a fucking job. He is like the most untalented fucker I've ever seen in pro wrestling.
I just don't understand. He did some all right spots, but also, yes, no matter how many different spots or jump, because I've noticed some of his jumps, either he does it because he thinks that's his shtick of how he lands a fall. He's been doing a lot of this, like he keeps his foot, like he gets knocked out. I'm like, what are you doing? But like spot or whatever. But like you're eating pins every single week. It gets annoying because no one. I know people love best friends, and no one has.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's booing them, even though they're losing.
And I just want the thing with the Hardy family to be done. Orange Cassidy even said he was done. That was dragged on longer than needed to be, and it was fucking stupid. I like Orange, but you put an Orange now, and Orange is 100. I love Orange. He's 100% fucking gimmick. But there's a reason why he's one of the most popular guys you have. It's because of that gimmick. You can't have him job out. He needs to be like they do with the MJF at this point. He needs to, like that whole feud with Jericho. He didn't wrestle for months. He would just show up. He'd be at the booth. He'd be falling asleep, and that works. You can't have him wrestle every week because people will get tired of it. You need to have him be like the good guy MJF. Just have him kind of, I mean, look at the first time he was in that casino ladder match, and he's like, he just looks up at the thing, goes, because he's too lazy to get a ladder. He's even like, yeah, you gotta get the ladder. He put it in the ring. That's too much work. That works. It worked, but that's all we need to see. I don't need to see him losing all the time.
I think even that Hardy thing's over because they brass knuckled him like 8 times, and they finally said fuck it. He ain't gonna fight, whatever. But he is definitely he's in that spot because his gimmick works, but also it's a few and far between working gimmick. Like I'd rather see right now if they wanted, after the CM Punk thing, they could have MGF and Orange Cassidy feud all the way to Revolution, just because of none of them need a fight. They could just keep fighting, and then you could have Orange just come out and go, listen to the whole promo, and Orange just goes and eats up and just gets MGF freaking out like this guy doesn't he don't care about me talking on the stick, blah 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 blah, and like but also I'd only like this if MGF loses the Pinnacle. I don't want to see Orange get beat up from Wardlow. I don't want to see Orange Cassidy get beat up from FTR. If MGF loses his Pinnacle friends, and then he has to go to his first feud from being a brand new man by himself, Orange Cassidy, please.
Yeah, and then the second match was the girl match. I started reading a comic book because I don't care because they stink. I don't remember who it was. Wasn't it Sheeta and no? It was Britt Baker and it was Britt Baker and Sheeta.
No, Rio,
Sheeta. It's the same thing, and it's no Nia Jax. And Britt loses because once again, it's a non-title match, and if this person wins, they get a shot at the title. You're better than that, Tony. You're better than that. That shit has been going on for 70-something fucking years. You're better than that. That's giving away a match. It's giving away the result before it happens.
Ricky, you better be careful too. He was on the booth saying, Rio's never had a what is it? What's that called when you lose the title and you have rematch? You never had a rematch for the title, and then he kind of like, oh, like, shut up! Don't talk about that. Don't bring up our bad booking. Like, shut up.
That was, and then boy, girl, boy, ego, and the crowd does like Britt though. I mean, the crowd is, they're pro Britt, but then you had Eddie Kingston against the 2.0 guy. I didn't even know which one.
Daniel Garcia.
Yeah, and then Jericho saves it.
Oh, did he lose or did
no?
Eddie won.
Eddie won with the spinning back fist thing.
Thank God.
He knew the chink in the armor. and then Daffy Duck runs down there to help him, and Eddie's like, I think Eddie even tweeted like, "What's this idiot doing in the ring?" I like Eddie, but once again, that's what I don't get. Eddie just has a very high profile match with CM Punk. They have, he has all the three of them, but he has a high profile match with Miro. He has another real high profile match with Daniel Bryan, high profile match with CM Punk, Now he's fucking fighting the 2.0 guy because they interrupted him eating a piece of cake. I don't get this booking of some of these people. It confuses me. It's still better than anything Vince Russo would have wrote. Don't get me wrong there, but it's still, this booking confuses me some days.
I think having Eddie, because I thought it's like, let me get something, I'm gonna get interrupted, and then the 2.0 comes up. Hey, like that's
yeah,
pretty
he's trying to eat his cake.
I don't want to get interrupted again. And then like, hey, and then 2.0, if anybody has pictures of people, I think 2.0 does. They even have the BTE, like the behind the scene fucking belt too, right now. And for some, but you know what? Some of these heels work, because I don't know why when they come out and they come out like this with their hands up, I'm like, you fucker, like you motherfucker. And like they don't even match. And then like who said it? Was it Chris Jericho said, listen here, square head, like to the one.
Yeah.
Like,
He like SpongeBob.
You want a shot at the top. Like I like his voice. I like that guy's voice. Hey, because they had a match because he said something to Renee on BTE. You want a shot of the title, toots? And then the next match was him against John Moxley. They beat the fuck out of him. But it's just funny.
Speaking of Renee, I hope we never see her on fucking TV, because she's no talent either. Do I need to remind anyone of her time as a commentator on Raw?
Who? What woman hurt you? God damn.
I like when they hurt me. I like Nia Jax to hurt me. Nia, I'm trying to get you a job, Nia. Should be thankful. We're gonna get Nia over there. We're gonna get Charlotte over there. We're gonna get Natty over there. I don't like WWE, but damn it, their women wrestlers have something the AEW wrestlers don't. Talent. Haley would work circles around every chick in AEW. Goddamn, Mae Young would work circles around half the girls. I'm putting Vicky Guerrero over half the ladies there. She's definitely a better promo than Britt. Out of all of them, I think Britt's the best promo of all the ladies. And after Britt, I really am going to go Vicky Guerrero. And I think that could be, the ladies never really get time to do promos, to talk, to do anything. I have no reason to care about any of them. Britt's the only one that gets a ton of focus every week.
I don't know. Because I am kind of interested like now with, I don't know, they do the good. I don't mind this Riho match, because like it does give you, like, that's why I don't like that they tease these actual, because they're so young. Like, hey, that'd be kind of like, wow, are we going to have our first back, like 2-time champ? No. But like, would it be cool if they did? Yeah, just because for history wise, like, yeah, Rio's the first ever 2-time blah 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 blah. Does she deserve it in a sense? No, because of obviously it's for scheduling. But like, she's been few and far between. When she's there, she wrestles fine as a, you know, how a Japanese she does more of like that New Japan like style of women, like, you know, how she did like that fly into the, just hits everybody that's on the floor on that big giant jump she had. I get it, but like, that's what I don't like. I don't like how they do with Shida. Oh, she's gonna be the one with 50 wins, and then they give this whole tussle, all that shit, and then her next match after she got her 50 wins, we get to find out like, oh yeah, Nia and Shida are 50 and 51. Like, who gives a fuck then? Like, don't bring it up like try to make it look like you have a record book, and then you have something the next week that can just kind of brush it under.
Well, because Nia Jax would wipe the floor with her. That'd be the end of that winning streak. Nia is all elite. I thought the shows this week were lackluster. The highlight of the shows this week was a promo to open and a belt getting thrown in the ring. I thought it was kind of a, coming off a pay-per-view, I thought it was 2 weeks off of pay-per-view, but that was a little weak. Your beanie should be Jughead's, by the way.
Jugheads?
Yeah, you need the crown beanie.
I need to cut some triangles out.
You can buy them. I mean, Riverdale. Watch it. Good show, fans.
Yeah.
Betty's mom is the hottest fucking woman I've ever seen on television.
Betty's mom?
Betty's mom is the hottest woman I've ever seen in my fucking life. Hi, Betty's mom. I don't know your real name.
They got some weird water at Nebraska.
Wow. Betty's mom managing Nia Jax. I'm sold.
What is it? Dynamite was mid. Skyline Chili mid. The promo was excellent. Everything else was Throwing a belt was funny, but yes, very mid. Rampage.
No gun though this week.
No gun. I need a marker board. No gun. What? Rampage was all right, but also that's just because it was just an hour of matches.
It's just an all right. And also boy, girl, boy. That's what it's always going to be. It's a throwaway show.
AEW, you want to not be just be a fucking copy paste promotion. Listen to us. We'll help you fix it.
This week on Rampage, we're going to have Daffy Duck commentating. Bam! Here comes Nia Jax. She sits down at the booth. She commentates. She interferes in the woman's. It's going to be must-see TV. Nia sells. All that. Nia puts the butts in the seats, Tony.
The only butts she puts in seats are onto toilet seats.
No, and then we get Betty's mom. Just having the crowd wave, ratings through the roof.
But what is it? And then Rampage was just okay. A lot. Doc doesn't care. But the women's match was probably
the tag match was fun.
Tag match was good. It goes how it goes. The best match was first, second, then third. Bing, bang, boom. And then I guess also the third match also at least had Mark Henry say it's time for the main event. You hear the crowd says it. Oh, I like that. The crowd's over on it. They like it.
Mark Henry. Follow me here before we go. Introduces Nia Jax. She's got the rub.
It'd be like that. I think it's CZW, that match when they threw all the chairs into the ring.
Nope, that was ECW.
It was easy. I've seen one that was black and white or yellow and black ropes, so I didn't know.
CZW may have done it too. CZW is. I like CZW.
Just have all the chairs to be throwing, and she just be underneath, just fucking. Well,
they need to do the Wheeler U-Tan. Nia Jax just swat them chairs away, and then she could beat up Cody.
Anybody can beat up Cody right now, and everyone will be for it. Hell yeah!
I've got nothing else this week. I know this week fans is a little short because I'm going to do a wardrobe change. Another show. I've got a co-host right after this, so this week's show was a little bit shorter. It's my fault.
Sure, it's still pretty good. We still got That's how mediocre the show was. We got through the whole fucking thing
in an hour, yeah.
And then was it like they even told us the whole week next week's lineup, and like I know that like we said, the Darby and Stings and Dynamite. They even said the Rampage shit. I just can't remember it. I know Ruby Soho, the Ruby's matches for this TBS belt's coming up. With
Perfect
Chris
time
Statlander,
to debut Nia Jax.
And then what is it? I just don't remember everything. Like it just whatever. Yeah.
Throwaway shows. We're leading up to winter is coming in a few weeks.
Skyline Chili mid.
Mm-hmm. I guess I don't have anything else to say if you don't.
Just follow us at Mike Fowler 93 and at Hardcore Grave on Twitter.
Be sure to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Look, we hit the 1,000. I saw. Congrats. You're already at
Thank
1,100.
you. Yeah, we're getting up there. 100. Here we come.